So I've been, hard at work here preparing for this workshop that we used to do every year. But then the pandemic hit and we stopped doing it. It's called the Independent Business Builder Workshop, a live workshop. I mean, it's a 2-day event. Anyway, so I've been getting ready for that, and I'm pretty excited, and I just kind of, I just think about, all the businesses out there that are, not part of the community, right? Not part of the independent business builder community, right? And we look at the statistics, right? It's staggering. 90% of businesses fail, right? And I think the answer to that, right? Because that's a question that I always ponder, right? Why is it that 10% of businesses succeed and they do it at a high level, whereas 90% of businesses fail? And I think the answer is that the answer is something that 90% of business owners ignore, right? So if that's the case, then it's something, it's a number that we can actually change. So I guess that's the good news, right? I'm Eric Dahl, owner of Dahl Integration Marketing and creator of the Independent Business Method. I help business owners build independent businesses that grow without them, so they have time freedom, the ability to sell their business for top dollar, pass on to the next generation, or simply collect checks while they explore the world. Today, there's a new breed of business owner in the world, one that's not tied down by their business, but is in complete control of their business. And you can become this new independent business owner. We call ourselves independent business builders, where you're not dependent on any one marketing or advertising strategy to grow your business. You're not dependent on any one employee or supplier. You're not dependent on any government. You're not dependent on any banks or investors. Instead, you exist in a world where you control your time and income. And I know when I first, got involved in helping business owners, right, there are really 3 books that really had the most inspiration to me, right? Like, they encouraged me the most. And I wanted to, share those with you, because I think those will kind of help us open our eyes to why, that 90% fill rate could actually be completely, I think, eliminated or dramatically reduced, because there is so much abundance in the world, and now we're a global economy. On top of that, right? Because of the pandemic, right? Everyone can go online. Everyone can do certain things. With technology that we couldn't do, year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and that gives all business owners an advantage, because that technology now is readily available to all business owners, right? To you. So anyway, 3 books that I think would be really, really beneficial to you guys. The first one is E-Myth, right? Michael Gerber's E-Myth. Is it Gerber? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's Gerber though, right? Michael Gerber. Michael Gerber wrote this book called E-Myth, and the premise behind it is that there's like 5% of business owners or the 10% of business owners that are successful know this thing, right? They know this idea, right? And what do you think that idea is, right? And you can put in the comments what you're thinking, right? But E-Myth, what the premise is that the top business owners, right? The top businesses and across all industries, all niches, the secret that they knew that the 90% of businesses didn't know was the use of systems, right? And now systems aren't sexy, right? In fact, the way I started in business was, I was doing Facebook ads and things like that, right? Selling sexiness, right? Get more leads, right? Get more sales, right? Those are sexy things that people want to talk about. But at the end of the day, if we really want to have a real business, right? And when I talk about a real business, I always say independent business, right? If you want to have an independent business, a business that can grow, run, and scale without the owner, right? Without you. Literally, you can take off for a year and your business can still run, grow, and scale without your involvement. you have a real business, a real asset, right? And that's what we try to do here in the independent business builder community, is help business owners accomplish that right there. So going back to E-Myth, right? When it talks about systems, that is really the start of this whole idea, is understanding systems, right? Understanding what that can do for your business. And I know that's a phrase everyone throws out there, and there's a lot of that, but it's a skill. Okay, it's a skill. How do you create a system? And so in E-Myth, he goes about the process of doing that, creating systems. All right. So in the second book, right? So if you haven't read that yet, I highly recommend you read that. The second book I recommend is, of course, the classic Robert Kiyosaki, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And one of the highlights of that book is he talks about, there's 4 quadrants, right, of people in the economy, right? Productive members of society. It really is 4 quadrants. And, on the right side of the quadrant, there's business owners and investors, right? On the left side of the quadrant, I believe it's employees and small business owners, something like that. So S for small business owner, so like sole proprietor. And then you have employee. On the other side of that, it's business owners, right? So like real business owners, like going back to independent business, right? You own an independent business. And then investors, right? And so again, what does that tie back into, right? So one thing that Robert Kiyosaki said that really stuck out to me in that book was, he said something, very, very, just stood out. It was this, that when he went to go start a business, all the professionals told him, hey, you're going to fail, right? There is literally a 10% chance of you being successful. And so he said, okay, well, if there's a 10% chance of me being successful in my business, then that means I need to go start 10 businesses, right? Because one of those businesses will be a hit. And I was like, man, that's genius. So in other words, he's systematizing success in business. Huh. That is just an amazing idea. So that really stood out to me, is that in a very interesting way, we can actually control our destiny, right? By working the numbers, in our favor, right? So looking at the, because most people look at that and they say, well, there's 90% chance you're going to fail, right? But then he looked at it, well, okay, there's a 90% chance of failure, right? Well, then maybe I need to start 10 businesses instead of just one. Because if I just start one business, then, well, there's a good chance that business will fail. So that was pretty cool, right? So then the third book that has really been inspirational to me, right? The third book is Sam Carpenter's Work the System. And Sam Carpenter is actually, he's homegrown, right? He's actually from Oregon. He's from Bend, Oregon, in fact. And if you guys didn't know, I'm here in Eugene, Oregon. So that's pretty cool that we have a local business owner that is right in my backyard. And I don't consider him a competitor or anything like that, right? Even though we do a lot of the same things in terms of what we do for business owners, right? Helping them systematize their businesses, right? I look at him as someone who's just very inspirational, because he lived that life, right? He went through that process of being unsuccessful in business, and he tells a story of how he was working 60, 80 hours a week, almost died because he got so sick, and then he was able to turn around. And that was incredible to me, right? This is his story, and his process of really creating a business that he could control, a business that he could be proud of, right? And so anyway, those are the 3 books that I highly recommend you take a look at, right? So E-Myth by Michael Gerber, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Sam Carpenter's Work the System. Those are incredible books. And as I'm preparing for our live workshop that's coming up here in December, next month, I just wanted to kind of just go back to my roots, right? Some of these books that really inspired me to get going in my business and help me be successful. I just thought it'd be great to be re-inspired, and it's pretty cool. And these things work. I've learned a lot from my own experiences. I've worked with businesses in, various industries. I've worked with, industries, different size businesses, different niches, online, offline. I've helped businesses create systems to generate leads, systems to generate sales. I mean, I've helped business owners literally have, 7-figure businesses, right? I've helped business owners get their hiring systems so they can hire A players, help them set up systems to train those A players. And finally, once they've mastered them, I've even had clients sell their business, right? Once we've gotten these systems in place. And so it's just, I guess this is time of introspection for me, right? Looking back at all my successes, right? Some of my failures, some of the things that's really inspired me. And really, even with all this, negativity that we have, right? Around the pandemic and politics and all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world, right? There is so much opportunity out there if we just look for it, right? If we just think about, like going back to Robert Kiyosaki, right? That idea of, hey, well, 90% fill rate. Well, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to open 9 businesses, right? Or 10 businesses. That kind of mentality where, regardless of what's happening, you're always looking for the success angle, right? How can I take this negative situation and be successful with it? That is so key. And I look around right now, I'm just seeing opportunities like crazy, right? In the online world, it's just incredible the opportunities that business owners have right now that we can really capitalize on. And that's a lot of what we're going to be, discussing, all right, at this live workshop that's going to be coming up here, next month. And so I think one of the biggest problems, right, one of the biggest problems that we face as business owners is that we live in our head, right? So we might have $1 million business, we might have a $2 million business, but we're up here a lot, right? And the only way that we can really have a sustainable business, right? The only way at the end of the day that we can have an independent business is that we take what's in our head and we document it and we give other people opportunities. We train them so that they can help us, right? Live this vision that we have. I find that when we're able to have a systems mindset in our business, where we're creating systems and we're empowering others, right? We're bringing other people into the fold, right? So we're creating success for ourselves, but then we say, okay, you know what? It can't just be about me anymore. I have to get help, right? When we go outside of ourselves, when we become more than just this one person business or, just in our heads, right? We start to demonstrate and we start to show others, right? Through our systems, right? Through our documentation, we begin to train them. We start to leave the footprint, right? The blueprint for having a sustainable business that can literally outlive us if we wanted to. And to me, that gets really exciting. I get excited about that, right? And that's what I want for you, okay? So the solution, all right, to all this is if you want to get out of your own way, right? If you want to make your business a real, true asset for you, right? And what I call an independent business, then you want to keep it simple, all right? Keep it simple, simple, stupid. I'm sure you heard that KISS, right? But hey, the military, they abide by that. Well, then why not us, right? As business owners, right? Very, very important. So what we want to do is we want to create systems in these 6 areas, right, of our business. And the first one is vision, right? You want to have a system for actually having a vision, right? And the Bible says the people perish without vision, right? Something along those lines. And businesses, well, I think it's a natural, universal law principle, right? Without vision, your business will surely perish. And so what you want to do is you want to have vision and you want to have a system for incorporating that vision or creating those visions, right, for your business. So you're not the one that's always doing that, right? You're not always the one that is the visionary. So you must have some kind of way of showing people and empowering them to have vision, right, in your business. That's important. So 1, vision. All right, 2, marketing, right? Marketing, that is a big one. You have to have systems in place for generating leads. All right, 3, sales. You then have to be able to then convert those leads into sales, right? Because sales is the lifeblood of your business. And then 4 is operations, right? You have to have systems in how you operate your business, right? Systems. 5 is finances. You must have systems for how you keep track of your finances. You must have systems on how you incorporate technology in the running of your business. Okay? So it's vision, marketing, sales, operations, finances, technology. All right, those 6 things. Right? So what I've done is, to help you navigate this, right? To help this process for you. Right? So you can stop living up here and you can start to take your ideas, take your business and start to document it. Start to create standard operating procedures, right? And I'll cover that in a different video. To start creating this business that can really be an asset for you, right? It's just imperative. And so what I've done is I spent the last several years literally working with business owners, right? Again, from different industries, online, offline, to empower them to develop their systems. And next month, I'm happy to announce December 11th and 12th, we're having our Independent Business Builder live workshop, right? And you are invited, right? It's going to be small, right? It's not going to be a whole lot of people. I think we're only going to be able to hold between 14 and 20 people in the venue that I chose. And it's going to be small. It's going to be tight because, I haven't done this for a long time. And so it's my way of kind of getting warmed up but I really want to, get around my community, right? Get around you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of time to network. And so what I'm going to do is, underneath this video, right? I'm going to give you guys a link so you can go and register for the early bird notification list, right? So you can be the first to get notified as soon as tickets go on sale, because again, we don't have a lot of spots, so you're going to want to jump on that. So if you're interested in this, again, make sure you get registered for the early bird notification list. Of course, the list is free, and once you are on the list, then we'll notify you as soon as we have spots. So again, I am just super excited for you and your business, as always. And I'm so glad that I had a chance today to create this video for you, because I think it'll be extremely beneficial for you. Hopefully, let me know in the comments if it's not, or if you have some other ideas, or just maybe some takeaways would be nice. So again, I am Eric Dahl, and what I do is I help business owners build independent businesses that grow, run, and scale without them, so they can have time freedom to enjoy the good life, not a 60+ hour week job that you own. So again, I'm Eric Dahl, and I'll see you next time.